moving the embassy to Jerusalem, and then encouraging other countries to move the embassy to Jerusalem as well. Or other countries, rather, to move their embassies. All right, that's it for the first hour. We'll continue watching the president's Twitter feed. When we come back, we'll be talking with Mr. Josh Waters, and he will be going over the, what is this? Is this week 4 now? What is this? Hang on, what is this? I'm losing track. Week 4 of the Arkansas General Assembly Conduit Legislative Scorecard. Now, why is this important? It's because what shows up on these scorecards are used to compile a legislator rating at some point in the future. All right, we're going to take a break. We got one more hour coming your way next, folks. Don't go anywhere. The news and talk of Northeast Arkansas. This is News Talk 101.3 FM and 12:30 AM KBTM, Jonesboro, and EAB radio station.
Tentative deal, ISIS counterattack. I'm Michael Toscano, racing to avoid another government shutdown this weekend. Top congressional Republicans and Democrats agreed last night on a tentative deal to send President Trump $1.4 billion for border fencing, much less than the $5.7 billion he's demanding for a wall. Nita Lowey is the Democratic chair of the House Appropriations Committee.
I am cautiously optimistic that we can get support from Republicans and Democrats, people who really want to keep the government open, want to secure our borders, and want to do the right thing for all the parties who are involved in this.
President Trump at an El Paso border rally last night showed defiance.
As I was walking up to the stage, they said that progress is being made with this committee. Just so you know, we're building the wall anyway. They say that progress has been made.
The U.S.-led coalition says it has hit a mosque used by the Islamic State group as a command and control center in eastern Syria, and correspondent Ben Wiedemann reports a counterattack by ISIS fighters has been pushed back.
There's talk that there will be a renewed major push within the next day or two to try to actually bring this battle to a close, but what is complicating the effort to make progress in taking this town is the presence of civilians.
Lots of rough weather today for 100 million Americans, including up to 4 inches of snow, followed by a coating of ice expected throughout the Northeast.
Most of the snow north of Pennsylvania into upstate New York into New England, and that's where it's going to stay for the rest of this week.
That's meteorologist Chad Myers, who says Des Moines, Chicago, Detroit, and Buffalo could also see dangerous travel conditions because of ice, and Seattle is bracing for yet another round of snow. Air travel is already getting disrupted this morning. Wall Street stocks are surging now, the Dow up 214, the NASDAQ gaining 64. I'm Michael Toscano.
Question, do you have a health insurance plan you are not happy with? Well, Bethany and Jason thought they were stuck. Their plan just kept getting more expensive, and Bethany's favorite doctor didn't even take that plan anymore. And then some friends at church told them about Medi-Share.
With our previous insurance, we were paying $1,200 a month. With Medi-Share, we now pay around $600 a month.
Yes, they're paying $600 less per month, and that's a pretty typical savings with Medi-Share. And they actually like Medi-Share more.
I was able to go back to my original doctor that I absolutely loved, and it's just been an absolutely beautiful thing being a part of Medi-Share.
Yes, they pay a lot less, and they like it more. No wonder Medi-Share is growing so fast. To find out more, they're super easy to talk to. All you have to do is call 844-91-BIBLE. That's 844-91-BIBLE. 844-91-BIBLE.
Minnesota Congresswoman Ilhan Omar has apologized for comments deemed anti-Semitic. More from Omar Jimenez.
The freshman Democrat faced increasing backlash from both sides of the political aisle over suggesting that Republican support for Israel is motivated by donations from the American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi released a statement reading in part, Congresswoman Omar's use of anti-Semitic tropes and prejudicial accusations about Israel supporters is deeply offensive. Now, Omar is apologizing apologizing, writing, "Anti-Semitism is real, and I am grateful for Jewish allies and colleagues who are educating me on the painful history of anti-Semitic tropes."
The government has a health warning this morning as we hear from Tom Busby.
The FDA is warning sellers of dietary supplements not to claim that their products can cure diseases like diabetes, Alzheimer's, even cancer. Some of the materials, just vitamin C or fish oil. Some have much riskier contents like herbs and minerals.
I'm Michael Toscano.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, CEO and founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare contracts, and in the process started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. Timeshare is the only thing that you can buy that you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check to fill out any amount they want for annual maintenance and assessment fees. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Even when you die, your family's now going to be stuck with this burden. Stop the insanity today. Call my office now. I guarantee if we can't cancel your timeshare contract, you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit, 800-706-5400. That's 800-706-5400. 800-706-5400.
I think it's time we ask ourselves if we still know the freedoms that were intended for us by the founding fathers.
We seem to be in full-scale retreat from spending cuts. They're talking about raising people's taxes again. And I have only one thing to say to the tax increasers. Go ahead, make my day.
If we lose freedom here, there's no place to escape to. This is the last stand on earth. Those who would trade our freedom for security have embarked on this downward course. Whether we believe in our capacity for self-government or whether we abandon the American Revolution and confess that a little intellectual elite in a far distant capital can plan our lives for us better than we can plan them ourselves.
Conduit News Radio with Paul Harold is on now.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the program, hour number 2 here. And you have found the intersection of conservative ideas and reality. We are building a liberty machine here, so we really appreciate you being with us. Hey, we want to welcome back to the program. It's Tuesday, and that means it's time for Mr. Josh Waters to interview again about the Conduit Weekly Scorecard. Josh, how are you this morning?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Paul. How's it going?
It's going good. We're in week 4, and I can't even believe we're already in week number 4. But, we've had now 3 weeks of bills that have been on the Conduit Scorecard, and so now we've got to get to some new ones here, and I think these are pretty interesting bills to watch. But let's go ahead, Josh, if you don't mind going over some of these with us. We're going to start with SB 231. It's up right now at conduitnews.com if you want to check it out. Expanding Freedom of Information Law. Tell us about this by Senator Kim Hammer.
Yeah, so it's a short bill, 1 page, but it does a lot. It would basically extend the Freedom of Information Law to any private entities that spend only 20% of their time or research resources towards the government function. So where this would really come into play, Paul, is when, lately government entities have been setting up nonprofits, and then those nonprofits, they're not technically a government agency, they're shielded under the
sure there's people that can say, there are legitimate reasons to do so. Okay, so if you're going to do it, let's make sure that we have a way of seeing what you're doing with taxpayer money. This is a great bill here by Senator Kim Hammer.
Yeah, like you said, Paul, if it's going to happen and there's evidence to do it, maybe that's fine and okay, but just let people know and be able to get information about what government's doing. I think that transparency adds a layer of accountability, obviously, for these organizations. So I think it's a really good bill.
All right, let's go now to, so this is another bill, House Bill 1284, Advanced Practice Nurse as Primary Care Provider for Medicaid. Let's talk about this by State Representative Justin Gonzalez.
Yeah, another, very straightforward bill. A lot of times titles of bills don't always do what they say or exactly what they say, but, the title of this bill is very straightforward. It says what it says. An advanced practice nurse could be a primary care provider under the Arkansas Medicaid system. So the big thing here is it's going to be saving for the taxpayer within the Medicaid system. If an advanced practice nurse is charged a reimbursement rate for to Medicaid to be reimbursed at a lower cost than a licensed physician, so that's going to be savings while still maintaining a good standard of care. One thing under this bill, the reimbursement rates like lab tests or x-rays, that kind of pretty much stays the same. But as far as like doctors visit this APN now, they can be a primary care provider and under the Arkansas Medicaid system, saving taxpayers money to pay for that Medicaid program.
Yeah, and I see here, if you go to KindofNews.com, where the write-up on this Week 4 scorecard is, on this particular bill, you link to an interview that I did with Dr. David Mitchell from the Arkansas Center for Research and Economics, and also you link to his op-ed, Better Healthcare Empower Nurse Practitioners. This whole situation, if you look into it, the facts are, I believe, on the side of this bill to get it through, because it's really common sense. And again, it comes down to, we're talking about choice yesterday, school choice. More choices, giving patients more choices is a good thing, not a bad thing, particularly if you're just allowing somebody to practice how they've been trained to practice. It's common sense, and these regulatory reforms are going to be so good for the patients.
Yeah, that this still doesn't really address the scope of practice, because APNs can only do what's necessary as a primary care provider. And so this would also be good for rural areas, maybe that can't get a licensed doctor to move in or set up an office in some of these rural areas, but maybe an APN is already there or nearby.
So this is really, because this has to do with Medicaid. This is about saving taxpayer money, is what this is.
Yeah. The taxpayers pay for this program, and this is a way to make it more efficient while maintaining standard of care, and should save taxpayer money.
That's great. Okay, moving on. We're talking with Mr. Josh Waters. We're going over week number 4 Kindwood scorecard. Let's go to another bill. It's House Bill 1412, No Taxpayer Money for Teacher Unions / Groups, by State Representative John Eubanks. This is the second bill, I think, from State Representative John Eubanks that's made the scorecard and has been a support bill. So tell us about this, Josh.
Yeah, so again, a straightforward bill. I feel like I repeat myself, but again, straightforward bill in this day. No public funds, the taxpayer money, go to pay the dues for these professional organizations that teachers and employees of schools